midday update or end of the day update. I don't know. I'm to the point where I need to take a break. I got done with welding metal together, scrap stuff, practicing. So I started on the frame. This is what I've come up with for the base. And I went ahead and did the inside corner, the outside corner, both a flat size. More practicing than anything else. I got all 4 corners done. Now my next bit is I went in and got the clown shoes. I kind of put them on there where I want them. And what we're going to do is for the torso, I've got to do a bar going up like that the legs will hook to and the torso will hook to and what have you. But the boots are sitting a little further forward. And right now this middle bar is not welded in. So I'm going to knock it back about 1 inch, which is where I want it. But I needed the shoes out here so I could, check placement. We did make quite a bit of progress, I think. We got some practice in earlier, and then we started on the base frame. Base frame, other than paint, is done. I've added some corner brackets here, not to strengthen up the corners so much as to give me some place to put stakes into the ground to hold this thing into place, or to act as a support if I put a brick on the corner, if this is on concrete. But it will also act as a support for the corners if needed. I've also added the crossbar across here, and as you can see from these down pipes, I've got it set for the feet, and I did drill a hole all the way through. So when I go to work on the frame, that'll fit down in there, and I can run a bolt through to anchor it into place. So, pretty much done. Welds are not the neatest in the world. Then again, it's been almost 30 years. They are getting better. By the time I get down to the project, I should be a heck of a lot better. But I am having fun. This is a fun puzzle to put together. Tomorrow, we're going to get out, switch back over to the smaller stock. We're going to get the legs done and the waist, and then start figuring out how we're going to do the torso part of the build. Hey, another day, another dollar. We're back out in the shop. I've been doing some work. We got the base completed last night. And I cut these pipes at 40 inches and added a square stock on the top for the hips. That's going to be your legs. And I've designed it so they fit into the larger thing, and see, they come out. That way I can take the base off if need be. Anyway, that's removable. Now I'm going to take some more of that oversized stock. I'm going to cut a couple. I'm going to repeat that pattern. I'm going to put 2 more pieces here up on top for the torso. That way I can take the upper portion of the mech apart as well. And then we're going to start doing the chest cavity. So we are getting there slowly. A little sweaty, ain't I? It's a little smoky in here. Made a change on the legs. I went ahead and I got these out welded on. Those are my holders like down there on the base for the legs. My chest pieces will be coming off of here. I decided to put some bracing in on both sides, front and back, just to kind of steady it up and to help keep the down pipes from warping. So we've done that. I'm at the point now where I am ready to start doing the upper body. Oh, and I should say, in order to get the measurements, I've been using the costume. We actually had the feet on here earlier, and then we put the pants on, the legs, and did some test fitting and stuff. So that's going to be about the height for the legs. We're going to do the same thing with the shirt. I'll have Swan come out and give me a hand with that. We'll say this is the most fun I've had in ages. I am loving this welding. I've forgotten what it was like. It was my favorite thing at school to do, was to weld. So, okay, figure I'd give you a sneak peek. Set dressers hiding from the camera at the moment. But, got the legs in. We're getting ready to measure for doing the upper torso. And to do that, I wanted to get the shoes on and the pants on. And of course, I've still got to flesh it out so it actually has legs and what have you. So it's a little drapey right now, but that's where we're at so far. Well, I've been out here for a couple hours today. It's, what is it? Wednesday. We got chat tonight. Don't know if I'm going to make it. I'm having too much fun with the welding. But I've been doing some work out here, and I figure before I get too much further, I better show you what I've done. I started out last night. I got these down tubes done, and then I got the shoulder joints cut. So far, I've gotten the entire chest piece here done, and I just got done, it's hot, doing this here. This is the shoulder joint. The arms are going to be attaching here on either end, coming out, and I'm going to attach a metal plate to here, coming out. Another one here, coming out, for the cylinder to go on to, so I can get my arm movement. Now, to do the arm movement, all I did was get two different size pipes. One that's slightly bigger than the other, and the smaller one's going through the middle of it. And to keep it from shifting side to side, I went and got, let me get one out of the bag. I bought extra just to play it safe, but it's just an oversized washer that slides right over like that. And then I just tack welded it around after I got the bar set to the way I wanted it. And as you can see, my welds aren't the prettiest, but they're holding. They haven't broken yet. And it doesn't need to be a solid weld along in there anyway, because it's just holding that washer into place to keep it from sliding. And I left a little bit of play in it so it wouldn't bind up. But anyway, that's what I'm working on now. Or I should say that's where I've gotten so far. I'm going to start the arms next. Alright, another clip for you. I've had lunch. I'm back out here again. I got the release, or the sleeves, for the arms done. And basically, it's just more of the oversized stock. I'm doing the same thing like I've done with the rest of it. I got a joint down at the bottom, a joint here, to where I can take this apart in sections. I'm doing the same thing for the arms. That way the arms are a separate piece. Now, I went and used the oversized stock. I've welded it on. But I don't trust my welds. So, and since this is going to be where the pneumatics are hooked up, this is going to be moving, there'll be some torque to it quite a bit. I went and put some threaded rod all the way through, and I've got two lock nuts on here holding it, holding the pieces on. And then I went through and I welded my the seam where they met, so it's double reinforced that way. As you can see, we got the arms done. I've got the mallet up. And this has all been pretty much welded together today. The arms were done today. And I got the shoulder done. I just got done doing the tabs here. And this is where the cylinder is going to mount to. That's about as high up, I think, as we want it. The mallet. So I'm calling that the start position. And then when I take the prop out, this whole thing will rock up that way. I just got to figure out how far down I want it to go. Which is my next thing. I also need to come in. I'm going to run another piece of flat stock across the back here to act as a bracing. I'll do the same thing down here on the bottom. I might get it done today, I might not. I just might say hell with it when I put down this camera and call it quits. I don't know. And we'll start this segment out with Kaylee and the set dresser. Yay! Okay, you got to see Kaylee and a little bit of the set dresser. Made some progress out here today. You'll notice it's a little shinier. I just got done going over everything I could possibly get to with my grinder and cleaning it up. Cleaning up all the weld joints, the surfaces, everything. And there are some spots here and there, that I cannot get into with a grinder. As far as work today, this is the one spot I couldn't get into with a grinder. I put these two baffles in here. The hammer goes in here. This will keep the hammer from rocking back and forth. I'm going to have to take a hand file through there to clean up that opening. I'll do that at a later date. But we got that installed. and then you'll notice up here the neck piece, and that tab is for the cylinder, and it should be fine. Right now with the weight of the arms, it's got it folded all the way up, but in all actuality it's probably only going to be going to about there anyway. But for right now, we got the neck piece in to hold. Gotta reach it. The fake head. You know, so I'll have a head and he'll be kind of looking down at his prey. And then you'll notice that slot there in this thing. That's for this. It's this is what's inside a reindeer motor. That's the innards to a reindeer motor. You can buy just these for a couple of bucks off of eBay if you know what to get. There's many different styles. But that mounts up there like that, and I'll have a post sticking out of it that foam head will sit on, so the head will look side to side. I've got to rig that up. Hey, good question. I do not want to try to mount this with screws. You know, see, small holes, thick metal. You know, it'd be a pain in the ass trying to mount it with screws. So, anyone know of a good way of mounting one of these motors? To metal to metal, with glue, any type of glue that would hold it rock steady. I was thinking I could use my arc weld and just give it a little dot of a MIG weld to it underneath, you know, on the tab here to hold it onto the metal. Problem is the innards to this are all plastic, and I don't want to get that amount of heat near the motor and end up frying the innards. So I'm either going to have to mount that underneath there, you know, we'll do it like this backwards, you know, with a screw or something, or find some sort of glue that would hold it. I mean, all it's going to have on it is that head, and it's just going to be going side to side. So, I don't know. I am going to have to think about it. But that's down the line, after I get everything else finished. For right now, I'm as far as I can go. It's a Thursday. So we're going to be on the road with the produce again this weekend. So it's going to be Monday before I can get back to it. What we have left to do on this prop, this part of the prop, is I got to get the hands made. And I've got, here, right down here, some round, big long piece of round stock, small stuff. And we're going to take, and on the arms, the whole thing, the body and everything, we're going to do hoops, various sized hoops, that the costume will slide over to make the costume look like there's something in the costume instead of just draped off of this. So that's all got to get welded on as well. I got to clean up the hole for the hammer. Cylinder should be in sometime next week so we can get the pneumatics and stuff wired up. So technically it should be next week. Hopefully get this part of it finished. But there's a monkey wrench. Many of you know, usually for about 1 week in September, I take it off from doing Halloween stuff to do haunt prep. In other words, all the bushes and trees and stuff out in the front yard need a serious, hard clipping in order for me to get my haunt up, because things are overgrown so much out front. It's really bad this year, so we're doing haunt prep next week. I don't know if I'm going to have time to be working on this at all. I'll probably be out with hedge clippers in my hands all week. We literally, well, you've seen my black trailer, we got enough to fill that, possibly twice, that need to be clipped off. So it's going to be all hands on deck working on that, and I might come out here and mess around with this in the evenings. I don't know. So next vlog in the series on the Hammering Clown Prop, maybe a while before it gets up. Probably be about mid-September. Hopefully sooner. But, oh, I also want to give a shout out to Scuba Spook 1, aka Tim Thompson, on Facebook. Big thank you to you, bro, for your help. He answered some questions on the pneumatic cylinder I needed for the prop and helped me get the right one ordered. He also gave me some ideas on how to do the hands. You know, we kibitz back and forth about different techniques and stuff, and got one ironed out that I'm going to end up using. So wanted to give him a big thank you. He took some time out twice. We did a couple, met on a vid chat and discussed things and what have you. And, oh boy. Anyway, thank you, bro, for all your help. It was much appreciated. So anyway, with that, I'm going to bring this to a close. We'll see you next vlog. Stay spooky. Stay toxic.